Hey guys, look at Sacco. Today I got top 32 at YCS Orlando. Huge event. It was like 2,300 people. A little disappointed I didn't do better. I lost to a super nice guy who was playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal. I don't think that deck's the best, but if you get lucky, it's just your day, you know. Hey, I'm just gonna get straight into their profile. We're gonna start off with 3 Ice Ryzeal because this is Ryzeal, Fiendsmith, probably the most consistent deck in the format. It's definitely the deck that loses to the most amount of things. So I play this deck, 3 Ice Ryzeal, 3 CRX Ryzeal because it looks the best, and then 3 CR Sword Ryzeal because it looks the best. Some people chose to play 2 of this card and play a 40 card deck count. I'm playing 3 with a 41 card deck count because I noticed the games that I was losing, it was the games where I didn't open a Ryzeal card. I would much rather open full Ryzeal cards and get full Wallowed and feel like I'm having a bad day than not draw a Ryzeal card at all, you know. So definitely 3 there. You have to play the 1 node. This will never change. You have to play the 1 cross. This will never change. This card's absolutely broken. And then, of course, you have the 3 bonfires to back up your 12 like really good Ryzeal starters. But moving on to the Fiendsmith cards, 3 engravers, 1 Lacrima, a Lurie, and 2 Trax. Lastly, you have the trap card. Hani was trying to get me to play 3 of this. I don't think I really want to play 3 in the future. I think the 2 is really, really nice here. Because you don't want to open a ton of these cards. You want to open like 1, maybe 2 of these cards, depending on if you're going first or second, because you want to be able to play through the boards. But also, you need to have like enough of these to where you can side down on them going second, to where you're only going to open like 1 of them, like for ratios and stuff like that when you're going second. Because if you open 2 of these going second, it feels terrible, right? Especially when they have the option to Dweller you. But yeah, so I played these as the Fiendsmith package. So this is the amount of cards that are in like our deck that's an engine. This is the amount of cards that are hand traps. It's about the same. So 2 Bestials. I like the Bestials here because they help you diversify when you don't draw any engine cards. These cards actually help you live as well as they help you play the game. I wouldn't play more of these though because there is a lot of Malice. Like I think I played 6 or 7 Malice throughout the tournament. And I don't want to have more than just 2 cards that are dead throughout the whole thing. Next up, 3 for Wallows. Card's broken. This is Maxi for us. The card is absolutely phenomenal. Definitely not changing that right now. 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm, and I played 2 Talents. Logan Johnson played a Called by the Grave in his deck list instead of, actually he just played an additional Called by, so he played 42. I didn't like that. I didn't think the Called by was good enough going second to every matchup. It does have some funny interactions where you can Called by twins, but my main focus when going second is to make my detonator with my twins, because I'm just going to out-grind game them, and then on turn 5, whenever I get a turn back, I can push through the board and do whatever I need to do. So I think that Called by is just not going to be needed because it turns off your own twins. But that's it, 41 cards in the main deck here. Moving on to the extra deck. The extra deck is a little bit different. Main thing is 2 detonators, CR again because they're coolest, 1 duo drive. You can play 2 of this if you want. The reason that I don't play 2 duo is because I chose to play 2 Twins of the Eclipse instead. And honestly, I think the 2 twins came up a lot more for me. I will say there was 2 different times in the tournament where having a second duo drive would have automatically won me the game on the spot. But I think there was at least 3 or 4 games where having the second twins was really important. It's really important to send twins on your first turn depending on what hand traps you get interacted with and things like that, because then you don't have to go out of your way in order to put the twins back into your thing. And then if for some reason that twins does get used, you want to have the second one to be able to go into your stuff, whatever you need to do. But 2 twins was absolutely phenomenal. I then played Dweller, Aggregator, Caesar. I didn't play Exciton. I think that card is not needed. It really is only good against Malice players who don't know what they're doing. If you do play against a Malice player and they let you get far enough to have 2 level 4 monsters where Exciton would be insane, you just make a detonator. This card's slowly going to do the exact same thing that the Exciton would do, but also it's going to allow you to like set this up really early here, or like even if it's a different Xyz monster, like say for some reason you have like a duo drive and you have this here, you can just make this. You can like clear the whole field, and then whenever you're ready to get rid of your stuff, you can just go X, send like a twins, and then put these right back on the field. Right, so it's phenomenal. Second twin's good. Exciton not needed. Fiendsmith cards, I feel like these are all pretty standard now. 2 fusions, 4 links, and a synchro, and then you play the 1 Xyz, the 1 Caesar we already went over. These are phenomenal. This card is absolutely broken. You need this card to out Chaos Angel, and you need Chaos Angel to kind of out their Deseret. So it kind of like loops back and like the reasoning of why you need to play these. But also having Bestials in your deck makes Chaos Angel so much more broken. It also helps play around your opponent's Bestials, because what they're supposed to do is if they have like a Druid Swarm, what they're going to do is when you go Requiem equip, they're going to banish that Requiem. And you're going to need to be able to go Engraver, go into Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel banish their Druid Swarm, so it's not a threat anymore. And then from there, you have like a light Chaos Angel, which is still pretty tough to deal with. They have to go out of their way, making an inconvenience for them. That's good for you. So 15 cards in the extra deck, nothing special there. Side deck, I'm going to start off with the best card of the format, Perulia. People were not citing this into the Fiendsmith deck. That's absolutely incorrect. If you have Perulia plus like any hand trap that interacts with the like Fiendsmith engine at all, so if you open like Ash, Nib, even like any Bestial or like a Fuwalos, you open any of these and you open Perulia, like the Perulia forces them to use the Ryzeal cards, and now you're getting like 2, 3, 4 draws sometimes even, just because you like kept them off of their Fiendsmith stuff. And like if you keep them like off their Fiendsmith stuff with Perulia, you just win the game. So 3 Perulias, and like even if you can't, this card usually just goes 1 for 1 anyways. So absolutely phenomenal. Next up, you have the next Chummy. I think that this card is insane versus so many decks in the format. One thing that came up for me is not just versus Malice, but into Mermail. They like impermed my Dweller game 1 and like chained off my Dweller, so my Dweller resolved. He scooped before I knew what he was playing. This is like the best like generic card to put in into any deck, right? You can put in these 6 if that's what you're going to do, or you can just put in these 3. Because like you should be always getting 1 draw every deck in the format. Malice is going to give you a few. All the road decks are going to give you probably 1, 2, or not, depending on what road deck it is. But even like the Ryzeal Fiendsmith deck, like it's going to hold them off of the Fiendsmith cards. They're not even going to go for them, right? Then they have to like choose if they want to use Node Effect and give you 1 draw just to have this card have value. So it's definitely not the worst thing if you're absolutely choosing blind. But normally you wouldn't side this card into Fiendsmith Ryzeal. 3 Lancia. I put a lot of Malice. This card's broken. I got called by it 1 time, and then I chained the other Lancia, so it was really good. Go first cards. I played 1 called by, 3 crossouts. I don't like called by when I'm going second, except into very specific matchups. So I chose to side deck the called by instead, and then crossouts just like a generic go first card. It's a lot better than Strike and like the other go first cards of the format, because this card can stop the Walrus. If you resolve your turn 1 combo, nothing in the game is breaking that board. And I can show you guys the combo after that we did. It was insane. But crossout is absolutely phenomenal for stopping Fuwalos, because if you resolve your combo, you don't get chummied, you're going to win. Lastly, the 2 cards I played was 2 Metaltronus. I love this card. This card was phenomenal. I don't think I'd play more than 2 of it though, because it is hard once per turn, and you're mostly bringing it in when you're going second with like a lot of chummies in your deck, you know? So you don't want to draw into redundant cards. But also this is like a card that you do bring in when you go first into certain matchups, because 1, it lines up to where your Metaltronus got a lot of value, but it gives you the option to cross out the Metaltronus. So a lot of the Fiendsmith Ryzeal decks were also siding Metaltronus when we're maining it. So being able to side these 2 in, is this like a good card? It's basically Strike when you're going first, but it has like downsides like can get Ash. But it can also, you can cross out theirs, so you have more outs to their Metaltronus. But Metaltronus is absolutely broken. Lastly, I want to show off here the 3 most go-to Pokemon that I own. This is me, this is Logan Shepherd, and this is, I don't know, a Fox thing. So looks cool there.
Any shoutouts?
Yeah, I want to go ahead and shout out everyone from the testing group, Loki Meta, as well as everybody from Metro Gooners, Metro Gaming, absolutely the best team in the format right now. But yeah, those are my shoutouts. I want to show you guys the quick combo real fast that we were doing this weekend. So I'm going to show you guys the 2 card combo, because that's the most broken one, and I think that's the combo that people haven't fully adapted to yet. Because people are playing Droll now, and they're also playing Bestials, the safest thing you can do is start with Engraver. So you go Engraver, and that gets you to your Tract. And then you go activate Tract, get Lurie, summon Lurie. You link away your Lurie now into the Requiem. And then here's where things change a little bit, like normal combos, even if you're doing like the combo to play around Bestials. Because now you normal summon your Ice, and you use Ice Effect. If they Fuwalos you on your Ice Effect, you can go chain Requiem, summon Lacrima. This summons like an Ice Ryzeal or an X Ryzeal and gets you follow up, and then you make Detonator. So then you're gonna have Detonator with a lot of materials. You're gonna have Lacrima with this to like float around or do whatever you need to do, and you're gonna have the Trap in the graveyard. So it gives you like a ton of stuff to do. If they don't Fuwalos you, you're gonna go ahead and chain the Requiem anyways. Yes, there are people who wait for this. It's not super likely, but just be aware of it. If they don't chain this and you have like additional engine cards as well, and you think they're like holding the Fuwalos, you can just not chain this and then they miss their draw on the X. This hits some of the Heist, or the Sword, I guess. But you're gonna go ahead and summon out Lacrima here. On the summon of Lacrima, you're gonna use the effect. You can dump another Engraver, or you can dump Paradise. Dumping Paradise is technically a little bit safer, but you do need Engraver for this combo because of the Light Fiends. The Ice is going to actually resolve first before we dump, I apologize. So it'll actually be here. And then you do Chainlink 1 search, Chainlink 2 to go ahead and dump. So you dump this, you search for Sword Ryzeal. And now this is the game state. You can go ahead and overlay these 2 into Duo Drive. And the reason that we're doing it like this is because this is actually summon 5. So we kind of want our opponent to nib us here, because we basically give them the option of, hey, nib me now or nib me never, right? Because we're going to have so much stuff that if they nib us, it doesn't matter at all. So we're going to go ahead and activate Duo Drive. If they do nib us, you have Engraver, go with the token, go into Sequence. You can go Desiree, make Agnum Day. You can even send their token when you go to Agnum Day, and then you can use Agnum Day Revive Desiree, because you're not scared anymore of nib, right? And then you can finish doing your Ryzeal combos, and you can end with like Detonator with Twins of the Eclipse and Desiree through a nib off this combo. So insane. We're going to go ahead and activate the Duo Drive effect, Detachment 2. In this situation, you're going to go ahead and search for the Node as well as Cross. So you have these 3 cards in your hand right now. And then if they don't do anything still, now we're going to like proceed to make our board slightly better as we like question if they're going to nib us. So we're going to keep these 2, and we're going to go into our Sequence. We're going to go Sequence Effect. We're going to make a Desiree by shuffling back. It's very specific what you shuffle back. But the main thing is you just want to leave one of these and one of these in the grave. So we get shuffled back, it's Requiem, Lurry, and Engraver, right? So you shuffle all these back. Requiem goes to your extra deck, these 2 go to your deck. Oh, these 2 stay in your grave, sorry. And then you actually link these 2 off into the Agnum Day that we had just talked about. And the next thing you do is you actually go Engraver effect, and you put this Sequence back that we just put in the Engraver. So special summon out the Engraver. And then you go Agnum Day, target the Desiree. Here is where you're gonna like check to see if they have like any other Bestials or any other like interactions. At this point, after we have this here, we're actually gonna take our Desiree and throw it in the graveyard. We're gonna turn that into our Necro Equip. And then from there, we're gonna turn these guys into Caesar. So now we're fully safe from nib. We're not just like checking to see what advantage we can get if they like nib us or whatever. We're actually getting the Caesar here. The other good thing with this though is we have a Lacrima, an Agnum Day, and a Desiree in our grave. So during our opponent's turn, we have this, revive this, revive this, right? So that's good. We have that safe now. We've gained enough resources, and we're totally good. We're gonna go ahead and go Special Summon Sword. Go Sword Effect to add the Ext, because you haven't Special Summoned X Ryzeal yet. Then you're going to summon X Ryzeal, sending Twins of the Eclipse, because this card's absolutely broken. You can activate your Cross now, it doesn't really matter. Plays around Bestials a tiny bit more. You're gonna go ahead and turn these into your 2 options. You can do either Detonator or Dweller. If you do the Detonator first, you have to pitch a card from your hand to get the Node effect. If we do Dweller first, so let's go Dweller in this example just so we can see what it looks like. You can go Dweller effect here, and then before you summon the Node, you can go Cross Draw, but make sure that you put back your 2 lights, that way you have the fire to special summon back. So you put these 2 back, let's say we draw into, I don't know, like a trap or something. Then we can go Special Summon Node send the trap, revive your sword, and then you can overlay these guys into your Detonator, and then Detonator attaches the Eclipse Twins. Depending on the matchup as well, you can also decide if you want to attach Desiree to get the extra send. But honestly, this is the board that we were going through when we were able to resolve the full combo, and this got broken 0 times. Like this was 2 cards, absolutely 2 cards. Plays through like every hand trap in the game. Shout out to Hani for this combo, insane, absolutely massive. But this is the combo we were doing. That's pretty much the deck profile, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you wouldn't mind checking out the channel, as well as we have a Blue Eyes spreadsheet coming out pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. But hey, I just want to tell you guys to have a fantastic day, and I appreciate your support. Thanks. Bye.